this video I would like to talk about the benefits and also the bad things about solo traveling. Well, I think I'm going to start with the bad things. Okay, first of all, when you are solo traveling, you are really completely on your own, and I mean with that you have the complete responsibility. Yeah, I mean, for example, if there's one problem or if something goes wrong, then actually there's no one else. You are the only person who has to make sure that everything works. And so this is a thing which is not really that ideal when you travel on your own. Another thing is also that sometimes, I'm being honest, sometimes you can feel lonely. It's a completely normal thing, because the thing is, actually humans, we are social creatures. And so actually we are not really made to be alone. But the thing is, when you feel lonely and you're on your own, you're solo traveling, it's not a good combination. I can tell you, it can really become a waste of time. Well, those are, in my opinion, the two only bad things about solo traveling. And now I'm going to talk about the good things. Well, first of all, yes, I was just talking about responsibility. Yes, that for example, if there's a problem, then you are the only person who has to make sure that everything works. But the thing is, actually, at the same time, I think it's also a good thing. Why is it a good thing? Because at least you're learning how to become independent, and also how to be able not to be dependent on someone else. And this is a thing which I think it's really, really, really important. And also that, how should I say? That also when you're able to become independent, then you're completely free. Yes, then you have really the complete freedom. Okay, so yes, about to become independent and also to become an adult. Because the first time when I started solo traveling, I was back then 22 years old, and I have to be honest, I still had, when I was 22 years old, I had a little bit, how should I explain it? I had a childish mentality. Like I was a little bit like a teenager. But then after solo traveling, I really learned, for example, to book a flight on my own, to book an hotel room, and also to rent a car on my own, and also to make sure that everything goes fine. I mean, guys, when you rent a car, you have a really huge responsibility, and so therefore it's really important. Okay, another positive thing about solo traveling. Well, about solo traveling, I would also say that solo traveling is also the best way to improve your foreign language skills. Actually, guys, to be honest with you, it is because of solo traveling that I started learning new languages. Because back then, actually, my main goal of solo traveling was only to improve my English. And also, this one thing about the English language. English is an international language. And so therefore, you don't have to speak to English native speakers, but you can also speak to other people from different countries. I've been to 15 countries on my own. I can show you.
Schon krank. Ja. Dit is de Rote Markt. Ja, Rote Markt.
Okay, ich erzähle dich, das ist einfach nur krank. Ich persönlich war krank, das kann doch nicht sein, dass ich nicht reden verstehen. Das kann doch einfach nicht sein, dass ich bin Japanisch in meinem Schlafzimmer gelernt. Und das ist meine Belohnung. Was steht da jetzt? Leider schmengen hinter durch. Ich gebe ohne Witz, ich stehe wirklich am japanischen Liefen voll Matten dran. Also, kein Ausländer, ich stehe wahrscheinlich den indischen Ausländer. This is really a lot. And so therefore, for example, when I was, the first country I went to was Iceland. And so guys, obviously I cannot speak Icelandic. And so therefore I had to speak English. I had to talk to the local people in English. And guys, I can tell you one thing, my English back then was really bad, especially listening parts. But the thing is, this was also the best way to improve the language, to improve my English skills. Why? Because I have to fail. I have to fail. If I don't fail, then there's no improvement. And so therefore, I spoke, I failed, but I repeated again. I spoke, I failed, and repeated again. And yes, I was so in Iceland. Afterwards, I went to Austria. I made a road trip. Yes. And so I was also using my German to improve my German. And then afterwards, I was in Ireland. Ireland, it was really a nice experience. Actually, I also went to Ireland because I wanted to improve my English. But the problem is, for me personally speaking, it is really difficult to understand the Irish accent. For me, it was really difficult, almost impossible. Yeah. So this is a good thing about solo traveling, that it is a really good way to improve your foreign language skills. Because the thing is, it's my feeling. When you go with friends, then I'm still this bubble. For example, when I would travel with my Luxembourgish friends, then I would be still in this so-called Luxembourgish bubble. I mean, of course, sometimes we'll speak English, but most of the time I will be speaking only Luxembourgish. But actually my goal is only to improve my English or maybe the other foreign languages. This is also a reason why I also decided, for example, to solo travel in Japan, to go to Japan on my own, because I really wanted to improve my Japanese. And so yeah, it was really, really a good idea. So yeah, this is another good thing about solo traveling. And also another thing about solo traveling is also that it is the best way to really to know you better. What do I mean by that? For example, before solo traveling, I didn't really know myself that well. Why? Because I was really in a lot of different, I would say, difficult situations. Situations where really I had to think in a logical way. In a logical way, I don't know. But for example, I should explain. For example, I was in Iceland, and so I went in the car and I drove around the island. And then there was one moment I have to be honest. The weather was really, really, really crazy. For example, I think there was a snowstorm, something like that. And then there was one moment I couldn't see the road at all. And so everything has become, I would say, white. Like I couldn't see anything. And I was so afraid. And so therefore, I was thinking like, okay, will I be able to survive it or not? And exactly in those situations, it is really important to stay calm, to remain calm. This is one example. And so why do I think it's a good situation to know you better? Because in this case, I really learned how I should behave. Like that I'm really capable of mastering, for example, those kind of things. To stay calm, to remain calm. Guys, it is really important to remain calm and not to be panicked all the time. It's not a good idea. Yeah, so for me, personally speaking, solo traveling, it is a good way to know you better. It is almost, it's like you have a date with yourself. A date with yourself, exactly. And this is now the next point. The next point is also that, it is my personal opinion, I have often a feeling like we are often told that, for example, how important it is to have social connections. Which for me, it's completely okay. I mean, I can live with that. It's completely true. I mean, sometimes I do need social contacts, but I also think at the same time that we are not really taught how to enjoy being alone. Be careful, I said alone, not lonely. There's a big difference between alone and lonely. I mean, really how to have a good time only with yourself. And also, especially with traveling. I mean, sometimes there are moments I want to travel. but maybe my friends don't have time, or maybe my family doesn't have time, or something like that. And the thing is, you know, one day maybe I will regret not having done that. And so therefore I was thinking like, you know what, I don't really need other people so I can have a good time. I just go by myself. And this is really important. When you're able to have a good time only by yourself, okay, of course, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, then you are completely free. This is my own opinion. Yeah, exactly. And so therefore, it is for me so important. It is really so important to learn that solo traveling, it is really a nice thing. Because the thing is, what I really like about solo traveling is that many people often think that I'm all alone all the time, which is not true at all. Because when I was solo traveling, I also met a lot of other people from different countries. Other travelers, also solo travelers, or maybe, I don't know, other people who were doing, for example, who were studying abroad or something like that. And so therefore, I really met some people from different countries, and till today, I'm still in touch with them. Not often, but sometimes. And that's really something I really like about it. That sometimes I will be reminded how small the earth really is, and that no matter where you go, or no matter who you're talking to, that actually we all have something in common. That we like really traveling. We like to explore the world, and that's awesome. I really like that. Exactly. I really like that. And so therefore, I have to say, it was the best decision in my life to solo travel. Solo traveling is awesome. I like that. I mean, if I didn't start solo traveling, then maybe my English wouldn't have become better, and maybe I wouldn't even have the interest of learning different languages. So therefore, yes. I would say thank you very much for watching my video. It was a little bit different, and see you next time. Adi.